everybody, hope everyone's well and safe as normal, and welcome to this month's Q&A video. So without further delay, let's get on with it. So, like last time, before I go through everyone's questions one person at a time, I'm going to first answer a question that's been asked by a number of you. So that question is, which was asked by James the Train Spotter and Ian Paul Transport Travels: what is your favourite type of pacer? The Class 143, as it's the one that I've seen the most and travelled on the most, around Gloucester, Cheltenham, Exeter, Dawlish. Next up with just the one question is 156 Andrew, and their question is: what train are you looking forward to seeing in Scotland? Mostly the ScotRail Sprinters, so the 153, 156, 158, and then you got the Class 318s as well, because they're basically 150s, but electric and Scottish. You've also got the HSTs. Next up with two questions is from Arnold Spotting Videos, and their questions are you looking forward to seeing the Class 805 and 807s enter service with Avanti West Coast next year? 50-50 on that one. I mean, I'm sure that the Avanti West Coast livery will look good on them, Hitachis, but it would be nice to see them replace the Super Voyagers as well, because personally I'm not a fan of the Super Voyagers. I see them all the time, it just gets, yeah, it's a bit I get fed up with seeing them all the time. But again, Hitachi, as you've seen in my review, they're not brilliant, but they're not bad, so yeah, 50-50 with the Avanti West Coast Hitachis. Have you seen the Class 59 Super Shed, and what do you think of their liveries? I'm not sure if I've seen one actually, unless if they're stored at Leicester or something. But I've seen some photos and people transporting them on YouTube, and they look alright. Next up with three questions is from CPR 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The first question is, how many times have you purchased Iron Brew on trains? You'll find out in the you'll find out when you know, Scotland videos comes out. You will find out. Have you ever been denied an opportunity to see Beloved? No. It's as simple as that. If you had, and that's had with capital letters by the way, to get a replacement bus instead of a train, would you do it? No. I would rather walk to the next station, which I did actually, to prove how much I hate replacement buses and buses in general. Tico Avengers episode 5, part 2, when I did the Leamington, Coventry, Nuneaton line, because at Bermuda Park the train was cancelled, so I had to walk to Nuneaton. So, I mean, the replacement bus did pass me, but I didn't get on it. So yeah, no, I'm not getting on a replacement bus. Next up with two questions is from Ian Paul's Transport Travels. The first question is, any plans for the C2C network? No, not at the moment. Eventually you will see some kind of Tico Venture and train review on the 720 Type 6s. Where do you think East Midlands Railway 222 Meridians will end up when replaced by the bi-mode 810 Auroras? It's a tricky one, because we know where Avanti's Voyagers are going, cross country. But I would imagine that the East Midlands Meridians they would either go into storage or they will replace the HSTs for cross country. Next up with 3 questions is from James Glossop's Travels, and those questions are: what did you think of the new extension for the Birmingham trams between Library and Bastion Village? It came out a lot sooner than expected. So that's for starters. I wasn't expecting it to come out that quickly, but it did. Christ. They're a funny lot, West Midlands. It looks alright actually. I mean, I know Birmingham very well, so yeah. I think it's a fair job. But I'm sure I will be doing something about it soon. Have you got any plans to visit the famous Ribblehead Viaduct on the sets of the Carlisle one day? I do indeed. When that's going to happen, who knows? Who knows? Have to wait and see on that one. What class of Scot Rail train are you hoping to ride during your Scottish trip? 153s, 156, 158, the 43 HSTs, the Class 318s. Next up, with just the one question, is James the Train Spotter. I've already answered this question alongside with Ian's at the beginning of the video. So, James's other question is, what station is your favourite? There's a lot of stations to choose from, so it's difficult to decide. For trains at speed, both diesel and electric, Tamworth. For sprinters, Manchester Victoria. Oh yeah, there's your answer. Next up with 3 questions is from Pep EMU Fan, and their questions are: considering you are a massive fan of sprinters, would you consider going on farewell tours with other sprinter classes? Of course I would. Whether it's 150s, 153, 155, 156, 158, 159s, I will go to every single farewell tour. And if I don't, I'll be very disappointed with myself. So, I will go to all of them. Do you have plans on travelling on the 318s and 320s when you're in Scotland? Yes. It's just getting the opportunity to do it. If you were to visit the Southern Pips, which route would you consider doing next? Both the West Coast Way and the East Coast Way. Most likely the East Coast Way. Oh yeah. Next up with 3 questions is from Ruben Ashwell, and their questions are: where would you like to see more tram trains? Manchester, Birmingham, because they can learn a thing or two about the Sheffield super trams. I know Cardiff's doing one. Are there any trams or trains that you would not flirt with? Every single 172 Turbo Star, the Great Western Railway Network Turbos, basically all the new trains that replace the 150s, not just the 150s, but the 153s, 156s, 158s. So yeah. What's your favourite out of all of the liveries on the Class 170 Turbos have worn? Central Trains. Next up with 3 questions is from Simon Trains, or as some people like to call him, Simon Trains, or Cyber Trades, or Sheldon, or Shirley. Actually, don't call him Shirley. Carol, Sherlock Train. Yeah, a lot of nicknames. The questions are: if you could bring one type of train that got scrapped, which one would it be? The Class 442s. I've never had the chance to see them or spot them in person. Yeah, that's one class I'd bring back. Is there a type of train you wanted to ride but didn't get the chance to ride it? The Class 315s, as by this time, you know, the farewell tour's not far away, and I'm working on that Saturday, so I won't be able to go. So yeah. Another one is the Class 483s that used to run the Island line. Yeah. but at least one's preserved at the Haven Street Railway Museum. Is there a train review that you are looking forward to doing in the future? I've already done it, and that's reviewing My Beloved. Next up with 2 questions is the platform edge. So stand behind the platform edge. Do you think a hybrid 195 should be made? Well, no. Because what's the point? Because you've got the 331s, so they'll be useless. So yeah, you got one for diesel, 195, 331 electric. If you just have the 195 as both diesel and electric, then what's the point? When do you think the sprinters will be gone? This is a hard one, because it's difficult to predict when they're going. But at the same time, it's hard because it's a type of train that I really love. But I've done some. I've given my opinion, a professional timeline, so to say. So at the moment, the 153s and the 155s, I'll go first, because the 153s can only be found with Transport for Wales and ScotRail these days. East Midlands, West Midlands, First Great Western, Northern, Greater Anglia have all got rid of theirs in storage. 2 of them have been scrapped, so they'll be the first to go, the Leyland Super Sprinters, between now and 2024. Next would be the 150s, as they are the oldest of the Sprinters. So I would imagine that the 150s will be going between 2023 and 2025. And that's going to be very sad. Oh, I think the 156s will be next, because ScotRail are looking at getting new trains to the Highlands, as well as, you know, just new trains in general, just replacing. I mean, East Midlands are getting rid of theirs, replacing with 170s from West Midlands. So I think the 156 will be gone between 2026 and 27. 158s, they are, I think they'll last a lot longer than the Sprinters I've just mentioned. The 158 will probably last until 2030, as well as the Class 159s, because, I mean, East Midlands are getting rid of their 158s, and Transport for Wales are replacing their 158s with 197s. So, yeah, the 2028, 2030. As for South Western Railway, there's no clear successor to the 159s yet, so yeah, they'll be going around for a while yet before a replacement is announced. But yeah, that's a basic timetable of when the sprints will go one by one. The last 3 questions are from Trainboy5677, and their questions are: have you disliked the 700s if they have iron ball seats? I've not yet travelled on them, so it's hard to say really. Only when I've travelled on them will I actually give an opinion. I'm trying to film it, damn it, do you mind, you snort man? Do you like the Avanti West Coast in Pride livery? Yes, I do, it's an excellent livery. Have you ever got a chance to ride the Elizabeth line? Not yet. It's something to do, however. So that's it for this Q&A video. Thank you to everybody for sending me over your questions. I very much enjoyed answering them. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe everybody.